So one of the things I like is that you don't have to have a ton of inventory to open. Is that correct?
We're looking for creative people from all walks of life because creative people are who are buying.
How are you going out and getting these customers? How are people finding out about Big Frog? All right, hello everybody. It is Matt and Jennifer Lucas back for another Zoom edition. Today we are featuring Big Frog, and so as we go through the conversation, if you like what you're hearing, remember to click that link below. That will take you to a spot where we can check to make sure your territory is still available, and then get back with you on next steps.
David. Hey, David. David with Big Frog. Thank you for joining us, and we'll let you introduce yourself, and then just give us, your favorite spiel on the main points of Big Frog.
All right. Well, I'm David Braun. I'm the Chief Development Officer at Big Frog. I've been in franchising a number of years. Last I counted 32.
What? I
Uh,
didn't know that.
Absolutely. So for Big Frog, I guess if I'm going to talk about who we are, we're a sales and marketing franchise in the garment industry. We do logoed apparel, uniforms, custom tees, you really custom garments of all kinds. We also do marketing materials, but 97% of our sales are garment related. So I guess that
Know
would
that.
that would give my little overview of the franchise.
No, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing. I did not realize it was that heavy toward the garment side.
Well, it is because the margins are so good. I mean, gross
Sure.
margins are 62%, and my gosh, the franchisees tend to cash flow very quickly, with the gross and
Yeah.
net opportunity. Yeah.
So one of the things I like is that you don't have to have a ton of inventory to open. Is that correct?
You don't because we're just in time, which is very unusual. We're a just in time business in an industry that isn't all just in time. Normally, you're waiting 4, 5, 6 weeks for your item. But with Big Frog, you always use the example. If I ordered 1,000 of these shirts with anyone's logo on it, I would say, look, it's 11 o'clock. I'll have all 1,000 of your shirts in my store tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock. I'll have your order done in a week. In an industry that typically gets the orders done in 4, 5, 6 weeks. And we don't have to hold on to any of that inventory. Any leftovers we send back. We don't pay shipping to receive the product. We don't pay shipping when we return it. We have no restocking fees. We have no minimums. We even carry, how do I want to say it, 18,000 different garment SKUs. A mom and pop competitor that might compete with us, they may have access to 3,800 SKUs, somewhere around there if they have 2 or 3 stores. Nowhere's near the access that we do. And we get all of these advantages because the garment distributors were absolutely one of their largest customers uh, in both the US and Canada where we operate.
That's crazy. And you can carry all different types of brands as well. So they're not limited to just,
No, there are at any given time, there are probably 20 to 40 major. So we can print on Lululemon, North Face, Tommy Bahama. Only 1% of the printers and decorators can actually decorate on those brands. So if you're talking about, securing a high school, do you think the high school girl wants an unbranded shirt or you think they want a Lululemon?
my girls don't.
So all the embroidery, screen printing, etc., happens at the franchisee location, though, right?
70% is actually done in-house, and it's done on small to medium-sized equipment. So most jobs, if it's 1,000 pieces or less, we do in-house. There are some that we I don't want to say it, that we source outside. Uh,
Okay.
let's just call that 30%. And we have arrangements set up all across the country to take care of all of our franchisees, whether it's another larger Big Frog, or an independent partner.
Well, I would assume that this is a lot of recurring accounts or recurring revenue.
Oh my gosh, 60, 65, 70% after the first couple of years. So it's nice when you don't have to start anywhere near zero every year, right?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, if you built $1 million store, for example, and you had 65%, repeat, that's, 650,000 that you start from. My gosh, that's not the zero number.
So let's talk about sales. How are you going out and getting these customers? How are people finding out about Big Frog?
Several different ways. One of the ways is I like to tell everybody we have all the advantages of retail without any of the disadvantages. The number one advantage for retail is visibility, right? So we have that advantage, but we don't carry a lot of inventory. We don't carry a lot of employees. Our equipment is smaller. Our facility is smaller, so our rent is lower. And it has to do with the just-in-time environment, but it also has to do with the fact that, we break even a lot faster than most other franchises, retail walk-in. So when you talk about how we go to market, which was your question, one of the things we'll do is we'll set up a website for our individual franchisees, and we'll do digital marketing like a Google or a LinkedIn and Yahoo sites. And, if any of the items that we offer pop up, whether it's a logoed apparel or a hat or a backpack or gloves or marketing materials, will pop up first or on the first page, whether you're a business or whether you're a household looking for that. And we do it by zip codes. We source it.
Okay. And so I guess there's a bit of networking and sales involved too, right? Going out and actually meeting with business owners or schools or other organizations that would be looking for this type of supplies or apparel.
Absolutely. Your first year, typically, and if we have a real go-getter, it's not this way. 50% of your sales is walking. But the other 50%, you're networking. You're doing trade shows in the community. You're doing BNI groups. You're doing Chamber of Commerce events. And yes, you're collecting the names of all the heating and cooling companies, if that's a target in your market, and you're dropping off a shirt, right, with their logo on it and saying, hey, this is a free dry fit performance shirt on us. If you're ever unhappy with your garment vendor, we'd be glad to take care of you. And so our sales are more on the light end. So we can really take someone from all walks of life. Creative people are attracted to us, but financial people look at the numbers. They go, oh my gosh, I just can't believe what you can make out of a Big Frog. This is great. So we're always surprised at the number of accountants that actually, join the system.
So speaking of numbers, talk about the investment.
The investment range is also fairly low. It's 200K for 80% of the franchise locations. I always tell people that California is about a third more, right? It is with almost any franchise. But if you're not in California, you're roughly around 200K all in for your initial expenses.
And so what size building are you looking for?
We're looking for 1,200 to 1,400 square feet.
And
So
does it need to be like Class A retail, or is it okay being in kind of off a little bit?
here's the mistake a mom and pop will make, right? And that's our competitors, tens of thousands of mom and pops. We don't have a franchising competitor. They'll put themselves out of their garage. I'm picking on them a little bit, or in a commercial park. And those just aren't the right places to cash flow quickly. If you do that, it's a year or two to cash flow. The proper place is a smaller retail facility, where we can cash flow you in months.
You want that visibility.
You absolutely do. Why would you want to forfeit, the retail traffic?
And do you get a lot of retail traffic?
Oh my gosh, yes. And the first couple years, it tends to be 50% of your sales. But
Wow.
as you start making relationships, Your retail sales don't drop. It's just that your networking sales out in the community grow.
Yeah, absolutely.
So does that investment include all the equipment to embroider or stamp or
It,
whatever?
it includes everything. It includes everything you need to launch.
Is it hard to learn? I mean, if you told me I had to embroider 1,000 shirts in less than 24 hours, I'd probably have a panic attack.
It's actually not. We host these things called franchisee calls. Every Wednesday we do them on Hump Day, where a franchisee for an hour will be on a call. We have 62 of them recorded, and we only have 70 some odd owners. And I took a young lady that had been in the business 2.5 months, and she actually bought a resale. And she did one of the calls. She hosted it. She sounded like she'd been in the business 20 years. It's just not hard. And part of it is that we have a pretty thorough training program. Well, it's only 2 weeks out of your location, right, where you live. One in Tampa, Florida, where you learn everything Big Frog. We call that Big Frog University. And then we also put you in a $1 million center, so you know how one is operating. But you really have 5.5 weeks of initial training. And it's a lot of hand holding. We're even there the first week when you open, holding your hand and, making sure that the equipment is working, your computer system is in line with the network, making sure your store is merchandised correctly and your production line is set up the right way. It's not hard. I always tell people one of my favorite stories is that we took two kids right out of college twice, one in Marietta, Georgia, and one in San Diego, California. And in 3 to 5 years, they went from nothing to $1 million centers. And their background was I waited on tables in a restaurant and I bussed tables. And oh yeah, by the way, I have a college degree. So it's not hard.
How many employees do you need?
Only need 2 to start and 4 at $1 million. And that kind of blew me away. Like I said, I've been in franchising a long time. This is my 18th brand in 32 years. Uh, and most franchises at $1 million, you need 8, 10, 12 employees. So, I have to kind of be proven it. I called every $1 million operator, and I'll be darned if they really didn't have 4 employees. I had one franchisee that had 5. They had 2 ladies that were time sharing a job.
Okay. So who are you looking for?
We're looking for creative people from all walks of life because creative people are who are buying. It's kind of crazy. Like I have a CFO that's like an opera singer, right? I have a person that's a film director we just awarded. His wife is an interior designer and they flipped homes. That's what they would do. She would flip homes, and when he wasn't off doing shoots, he would do that. I have a lady that was a car dealership. I don't want to say it. Finance director. She has an herbal garden in her backyard. It's way up in the air, kind of like Disney. I mean, creative people really like us, right? Because it's fun, right? They have a passion for it. And then anybody really that's looking for a sound financial investment will also really be attracted to the brand. And it has a great work-life balance. It's 2/3 of the stores are 10 to 6 Monday through Friday.
Oh, okay.
Nice. No weekends?
About 1/3 of the time is a half a day on Saturday, right?
Okay.
And most of the time you'll know. I mean, if you're in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, in a resort area, yeah, you're probably going to have a lot of weekends.
Probably want to open on Saturday, yeah.
Where if you're in Cleveland, Ohio, probably not so much, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. What's something we've missed that we haven't asked yet?
Well, I mean, something you've missed. I think you've hit on a lot of it. I don't know if there's anything we've really missed in this time period that we've talked. I guess I can share this with you too, a little bit of the founder's story. Uh, you know, um, they're scientists. I mean, one of the founders, it's a couple, right? Tina Bacon DeFries. She has a PhD in molecular engineering. So
That's impressive.
Yeah, and her husband's got a master's degrees, and they're really bright people. She's just this great administrator that runs the day to day, and he's this creative guy that makes the system better. Like he will, when we're testing a piece of equipment, we never want a franchisee to have to worry about whether a piece of equipment will work for them. He'll tell the manufacturers, look, I'm going to hand it back to you broken. I know what it costs you to fix it. I need to know how easy it is to break, right? As part of what I'm testing, right? So really bright people, fun people, I mean, the way they grew their business was like a normal mom and pop. They did 67 trade shows year one. By the end of year two, they'd done 118, and they had a center that would be in our top 25% as a mom and pop.
Yeah. No, I can understand that'd be a good way to grow a business like this. So
Yeah.
for those of you watching here today, if you're ready to scratch that creative itch and help people look good, then click the link below and we'll check to see if your territory is still available. And if so, we'll get with David and start those next steps. So, David, thanks again for taking the time, sharing some information about Big Frog.
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.